Hello, and welcome to the online mini information session for the Santiago, Chile program. This information session is meant to give a brief overview of how the Santiago, Chile program operates, as well as to answer any questions you may still have about the program. The Santiago program has many features which are very attractive for students. The program size, for instance, is actually just about the perfect one. It's not too big, so you all get to know each other, but it's not too small, so you can count on each other to build this sense of community and mutual help. The program in Santiago does require 3 semesters of Spanish, but we have made several concessions in the past. For instance, if your parents speak Spanish every day in your household, and you've grown up listening to Spanish, but just need a little bit of work on your writing, we certainly can lower that requirement for you and work with you to make sure that you'll still be able to thrive in the program, even if you haven't taken those 3 courses in Notre Dame. The program works with host families, and this is a crucial component to ensure immersion. If you have any hesitations about how the housing arrangement actually works, how far it is from campus, don't hesitate to reach out to Notre Dame International, or find a student in your dorm or a club that has gone who can tell you a little bit about how it works. Overall, the vast majority of students love the ability to stay with a host family. In the program, we also have 3 dedicated on-site staff that work for Notre Dame who really make your experience amazing. We'll talk about them in a little bit. There are many university requirements that have already been approved in Chile. There are courses you can take in fine arts, theology, philosophy, history, and social science. Truly, there are many course offerings for Chile, and you can find out which courses have been taken in the past by either going to Class Search or by going to our website in Notre Dame, specifically to the Study Abroad section, and clicking on the tab that says Course. A very comprehensive PDF will be there with instructions, and you can browse which courses have been taken in the past by students in the Chile program. It's also important to notice that if you are an environmental or a chemical engineer, there are courses that have been pre-approved for this program as well. So, as long as you meet the Spanish requirements, this might be a very good fit for you. So, you should have a general sense of some of the basics of the program by now, but I also want to talk about some of the very unique features of the program that go above and beyond the traditional mold. The program in Chile features a 3-week pre-program, which is not graded, but offers courses in Chilean dances, Chilean slang, Chilean cooking. Students go on to make wine, pottery, and it's really a time of a lot of bonding and language immersion. It doesn't happen in Santiago, but actually in a rural city 3 or 4 hours away from the capital. So it really puts the students in a very immersive environment. For those of you who are astronomy majors or physics majors, there's a ton of research opportunities. We have a comprehensive grant between professors of Notre Dame and PUC, and that has spawned a lot of amazing research that students can now take advantage of. In addition, the location of Chile makes it a fantastic hub to travel all over Latin America. And indeed, we found that many students have gone to Machu Picchu, Patagonia, Easter Island, and other awesome locations. This is a program for people who like the outdoors, for the most part. Now, you should know that if you're going to have any kind of international trip, you're going to use your own money for that. But we do pay for several trips within Chile. There are so many awesome excursions that we provide for students free of cost, with all of our on-site staff accompany you. So it's something that we're really proud of, and Chile is such a diverse country with lots of sea from a biological perspective, but also from a social perspective, and we want to make sure the students get to see all of that. And then finally, we have 3 very dedicated on-site staff in our global center, and I want to talk a little bit about them now. The director of the Santiago Global Center is called Juan Esteban Montes. He'll be teaching the course Chilean Politics and Society, which is a mandatory course that all students will take. It's a phenomenal course that goes over the history, the social science, and the politics of Chile, and explains some of the major events that took place in the 20th and 21st century in Chile. Juan Esteban is joined by Estela Rojo and Felipe Gomez, who take care of pretty much every aspect of the program combined. Estela does an amazing job of placing students in host families and also serves as the mom away from home. Felipe is an academic coordinator who will help you get all those syllabi for new courses you want approval for, and who will help you figure out your schedule. He's also just a really cool guy in general, and you'll like hanging out with him. A final note I want to throw in here is that you should really pay attention to which semester you want to study abroad. In the fall semester in Chile, the pre-program begins in the first week of July. So if you have an internship that ends after that time, you can skip the pre-program, but you'll be missing that. Some students, if they're finishing in early or mid-July, we've been able to accommodate so that they can still go to the pre-program. But in general, if you're going to be more than 1 week late, we just recommend you to skip the pre-program. The good thing about the fall semester is it does end in late November, early December, so you'll have an extended winter break at home, and you'll be here for the spring semester, and then your next summer won't have any conflicts in terms of your junior year internship. If you are applying for the spring semester, however, you should know that the classes are not going to begin until March, and the pre-program would begin really in the first week of February. But the semester is going to end in late June, early July, typically July 3rd or 4th. So you also want to pay attention to that, because if you are planning to get an 8-week internship, you need to talk to your employer about how accommodating they can be with the dates. We found students from all majors, but particularly business students, to be quite creative in accommodating this. We've had accounting students do a winter internship instead of a summer internship. We've seen people do half and half, and we've seen people being able to actually successfully negotiate with their employer. But it's something you should be aware of, because I don't want you to be all prepared for Chile and then decide a month before you have this internship and you want to do that instead. Remember that study abroad is really a unique opportunity, and many employers, when it comes time for the full-time recruiting, they will find that experience quite amazing, and it will set you apart in many, many different ways. So I think that's it for this mini information session. There are many other details that I will be happy to tell you about the program, but we wanted to keep this very concise. So if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. My email is right there. And you can also stop by 105 Main Building and ask me questions in person. I hope this was very useful, and I hope to see your application as well. Thank you.